Hey everybody, I'd like to welcome you to our challenge group. And today is Mindset Monday. And so one of the exercises we'd like you to work on are some positive affirmations. And so these are like I am statements. I have mine written on my planner and also taped on the wall in our bathroom so that I can read them many times throughout the day. It's how I start my day and end my day. And as a mom, anytime I am feeling kind of stressed, it's something that I can go and do, and it reminds me of what I want to be. So mine personally are, I am a child of God and no one can take my identity. I am a loving and caring wife who takes time for her marriage. I am a loving and patient mommy. I am an elite mommy. I am a strong woman who doesn't need to be perfect. I am a team leader who dares greatly. I am a game changer for other busy women like me. I am and will always be a retired teacher and full-time mommy. And I am a 2, then 5, and 10-star premier, then elite Beachbody coach. So those are the things that I think of myself as every day to kind of create that mindset up here and remind me those are the things that I want to be. And so with that, that just didn't come overnight. It just didn't happen by writing those things on a sheet of paper and posting it in my bathroom. It came by changing my mindset. And I posted one of the items on the NSV non-scale victory tracker as like the number of minutes in personal development you're doing. And when I sent out my messages on Sunday night, I was already getting messages back like very quickly, like, what do you mean by personal development? Can you give me some ideas? And so I actually have all of my books in front of me, and I will also post a list of some sample books you could read or listen to them on audio. Audible is a nice app that allows you some free credits, but there is after that like a monthly charge. And there's also tons of free podcasts. I oftentimes listen to podcasts in the car when I'm going back and forth to Minot. And how I start my day every day after I get up is I drink my Energize and I do my daily devotional. And that's just part of my personal development. If you're not religious, that doesn't need to be part of yours, but that is part of my life. And so I start every day with the Jesus Calling and the First 5 app. It's a Proverbs 31 app, and they're just 2 quick devotionals that I do. And then while I'm drinking my pre-workout, I go into 10 minutes of reading. I just set the timer on my phone, and I read every day, like a minimum of 10 minutes. Some days later on in the day, I'll read more than that, but at least I start off my morning with that positive mindset. And so like another word for personal development could be like self-help. And that's okay to need help in some area of your life. Some different examples of areas of your life that you might want to, I forgot my list, grow your mindset or change something or improve something. Could be like your physical health, your mental well-being or your coping, just your environment in terms of organization. Restoring joy to your life, romance or love life, friends and family. So that could be parenting books if you're a parent, finances, like your work or your calling, spirituality, and then just anything for personal growth. So I have some of my books here. Now, these are by any means not things you need to read. In fact, these aren't even books that I have read. And if you look at my pile, it is huge. And so I'm just going to highlight a couple, actually, as many as I can. And the first book I ever started with was Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, and I loved it. I fell in love with the idea of getting rid of like the shame that somehow we shoulder throughout our lives. And it really helped me become a better parent. And so just recently I read another book by her, The Gifts of Imperfection. I loved that. Letting go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. and it talks all about like living a wholehearted life. So that was one. If you're just kind of generally looking to be inspired, some nice books for inspiration: The Crossroads of Should and Must. Any of these books by Cara Alwill Lieba. She has Sparkle, Fearless, and Fabulous, and then another one the Champagne Diet, that I will mention in like another category. But these all talk about like just living your best life, doing anything you want to do, letting go of fear. I think my favorite book, and it is good for anyone, not just someone who's building a business by any means, is Make It Happen by Laura Casey. And it talks about surrendering your fear, take the leap, and live life on purpose. And this book is the idea of where I kind of picked up the progress over perfection. So if you're someone who struggles with perfectionism, this is a perfect book. And I wrote all over mine, and I actually can't wait to reread it again and go through the steps. Another book I loved for just like, dreaming big and thinking about what's possible in life and just being inspired was You Are a Badass. How to stop doubting your greatness and living an awesome life. I cannot read it backwards, obviously. I will warn you, this author does swear and use some F-bombs, so just a little note there. Sometimes I just need to improve as a mom. I have some books that I haven't read all of these yet, but here's like a devotional book, Captivating. Another mom sent this one to me. Hope Unfolding, Grace-Filled Truths for the Mama's Heart. If you struggle with kids who are picky eaters, about raising a healthy, happy eater. Trauma-proofing your kids. These are like all parenting themed books. Desperate, Hope for the Mom Who Needs to Breathe. Am I Messing Up My Kids? This would be like from the Proverbs 31 author. So those are some examples of parenting books. Maybe you just want to work on relationships. So like I have read the 5 love languages like for the marriage and for kids. That's a good relationship book. If you're someone who struggles with time management and you procrastinate a lot, Eat That Frog is a book that'll help you stop procrastinating. If you are that person who's constantly saying yes and taking on too much and your life is just so busy, I would recommend The Best Yes. This book totally changed my life. I'm trying to look for a takeaway that I would like to share with you, but of course I can't find it. But this book I would highly recommend to any busy person who doesn't want to be so busy, maybe. If you're struggling with the lifestyle component of living a healthy life and making changes, that same author I talked about, Cara Alwill Lieba, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, The Champagne Diet, talks about why it's important to make those lifestyle changes and how you're probably already doing some of those things, but how to stay on the journey. And for all of you, I would for sure recommend The Compound Effect. This book talks about how just little changes really add up and make the compound effect, if you think about at the end of a week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. So I would recommend this as a book for anyone, especially if you're struggling with an idea of where to start. I'm currently reading Made to Crave. This is a spiritual book, but it really digs into emotional eating, which is something that I personally struggle with. Then I have some books more like with a spiritual or religious focus. Love Does. And Uninvited is a book I just finished this winter, and I really loved. It talked about just living loved when you feel less than, left out, and lonely. And then because I have a business, I am running a business, I'm trying to grow a business, I do have some books here that I have. I've actually even read all these. The 10X rule. Find Your Extraordinary, The Go-Giver, Girl Code, and The Success Principles. We're all kind of business-minded or leadership books to grow my business or my leadership skills. So those are just some ideas, but I recommend doing something for your mind 10 minutes a day. Chalene Johnson has some great podcasts on relationships and parenting and organization. From her Chalene show. Most of them are not business minded. So I will post some links to podcasts in the document as well. But I hope that you find something to help grow yourself and your mindset in these next 4 weeks. And if you have any questions or need suggestions, please reach out to your coach and we would be more than happy to help you. I know that doing those 10 minutes for myself every day has totally helped change my life. So I hope it does the same for you. Bye.